Hey guys, Lewis here, and today I've got a review of Constantine number 4. And finally, we get an awesome cover. This cover looks crazy. Papa Midnight getting ready to finish off Constantine. This cover is my new favorite for the series. Alright, let's hop right in, where we see John, who's gotten himself into a bit of trouble. He's being restrained by 3 pretty strong guys, while Papa Midnight stands in front, waving a machete in his face. Papa Midnight is basically a sorcerer who loves violent murder. He says John stole from him and now he'll pay. We then see 3 hours before, and John is back in Dottie's pet store, talking to Dottie and feeding a parrot who says, "Third time Tommy in the alley," and click click. Dottie tells him to call Zatanna, one of DC's most popular magicians, but John has a flashback and we see things didn't end well with her. She then says to hang out with Chris, but we see in another flashback, to issue number 1 this time, that Chris is dead. He decides to go out and get some cigarettes, but sees a con man at the store. He just shrugs it off and leaves to go to a bar to talk to his old friend, Lloyd. Lloyd tells him that Papa Midnight's thugs were here yesterday looking for him, but John insists that everything is okay. Just then, the doors kicked in, and Papa Midnight's thugs burst in and start beating the hell out of John. They then drag him out, put him in the car, and go to Papa Midnight's house. They bring him into a torture-looking room, where there is half of a decayed corpse hanging from the ceiling, who is still begging to be released. And right next to him is a full, live, unconscious man. These men worked for the Cult of the Cold Flame, who came looking for Midnight, but he took care of them. Midnight lifts his machete and is about to come down on John, but John says he activated a turnabout charm on himself this morning. Papa Midnight immediately backs down, and we learn that a turnabout charm means whatever pain is inflicted on John will be inflicted on the person who did it before sundown. Just then, the spell kicks in, and the guy who was beating up John before starts feeling the pain and drops. John tells Midnight that he hopes they can discuss a partnership later, and then just gets up and leaves. He starts walking down the street and sees the con man from the store, but once again, just shrugs it off and continues on his way. He arrives at a hotel and goes to Zatanna's room. Zatanna tells John something really bad is about to happen to everybody. She just can't see what. Somebody's going to die, and it's going to trigger a war with major superheroes involved. We also find out that Sargon the Sorceress was Zatanna's best friend growing up. So Zatanna tells John to leave, but when he does, we see that con man from before following him into an alley, where John apprehends him and says, "Third time Tommy in the alley," where the guy is shocked that John knows his name. Tommy pulls a gun on John, but John simply says, "Click, click." And when Tommy tries shooting, that's all that happens. John then headbutts Tommy, breaking his nose, and then robs him, telling him to go back to Sargon and tell her what happened. But then he leaves and buys himself a pack of cigarettes and matches with Tommy's money before heading home. John goes to his room to work on some stuff, but passes the bird that predicted his day first, and it says, "Tomorrow it begins. 50 million deaths after light falls. Like John, like John." Holy cow. This issue was incredible. From Papa Midnight to Zatanna to a talking bird. This issue was jam-packed with awesome stuff. I hope to see what that bird was talking about soon, even though we know it's a Trinity War reference. Anyway, I'm giving this issue a 9 out of 10 for me. Head back Wednesday, August 7th for my review of issue number 5, a Trinity War tie-in. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.